right, y'all. So now it is that your girl's recording. Let's go ahead. Let's get into this next video, shall we? Now, Buckethead Splash reacted to you last week at this point. Shout outs to you. The Unhinged Life of Monkey D. Luffy. An anime it is that people still gonna get on me about because I didn't watch it to the entirety, but I know what's going on though. You know what I'm saying? You know? So without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's get into this, yeah.
I'm fast as fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy.
Damn.
What's good, y'all? I have returned. As you can see by the title, this is indeed a Luffy video. Now you're probably like, hey, Buckethead Splash, didn't you already make a Luffy video? Now, yes, but like, this is different. The first Luffy video, I'm not gonna lie, was a glaze fest. I was glazing, bro, like how TikTok dudes be glazing, bro, on. This video will not.
Which we also reacted to. And quite a bit of people within my comments also admitted to glazing LeBron. Y'all are sick, okay?
I'll be a glaze fest. This video is essentially gonna be a recap of Luffy's whole life. Will there be some glazing in this video? Maybe it's a possibility, but like, you don't gotta worry about it for real. It's gonna be like rare. You feel me? You're not gonna waste no more time though. Follow my Twitter, follow my IG, join my Discord, and let's get started. Now, right, Luffy's story all starts off with Garp. Garp is Luffy's crackhead grandfather. When Luffy was mad young, he kept chucking him in the jungles. He almost killed Luffy like a million times, but unfortunately, Luffy is my goat, so he didn't die. Not too long later, he met a pirate named Shanks. Shanks came into Luffy's life, showed off his aura. This aura inspired Luffy to become a pirate just like Shanks. Shanks gave Luffy his straw hat. He said, Luffy, when you become tough, give this back to me. This ain't for you, nigga. Then Luffy met Ace. He met Sabo too. They became brothers. Then Sabo died. It gets real devious in the One Piece world. Some years later, Luffy went on to be a pirate. This is the start of One Piece. Come aboard and bring along. Luffy gets into a small boat by himself and he's stupid. Oh no!
This Minecraft ass boat.
And meets some kid named Kobe. He punches him in the head, calls him low bro. He fools the captain of the pirate ship they're on. Then they leave, off to find Zoro. After a
if there's somebody it is that deserves a proper glaze, it's Zoro, bro. I don't care. I don't care, man. Hey, so I have no problems with Luffy, but Zoro definitely deserves that level of glaze. I'm sorry. That's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? Zoro is that nigga. And Doflamingo too. Even though he's a villain, hey, it don't matter. I'm still to this day gonna say it's his bitch ass daddy's fault. Because it was. Okay? It was. If Doflamingo didn't go through that treacherous childhood of his father trying to be like, all right, well, we're just gonna go ahead and switch things up, he would have never became a villain.
Little sea expedition, they find One Piece's second greatest aura farmer. Luffy was like, hey, join my crew. Or was like, join your crew. Hell no, what? Luffy blackmails Zoro, he joins his crew. They sail around for a little bit. They have no idea where they're going. How are they not dead at sea? Who knows? Luffy got kidnapped by a pink bird named Pinky. Yes, it actually has a name. That's crazy. He carried Luffy all the way to a town and dropped him there. There he met Nami. There was a dude named Buggy. He was a villain of the island. He's a pirate. He has a red nose. His nose kind of sucks. I smacked the fire out his nose. Damn. They dealt with bro for a little bit. Zoro got stabbed. That's how I thought.
Alright, you watch One Piece? Yes and no. Have I watched all the thousands of the episodes? Hell no. Just get me to the important parts, bro.
Because later in the arc, Zoro smacks Buggy second in command. Luffy said Buggy flying to Narnia. Nami joins Luffy and Zoro in a way. Luffy and them pull up to an island called Syrup Village. He met a dude with the long nose. He was trying to scare him away.
Black man himself.
Off rip, they knew Usopp was a fake demon, so they start eating in his village with him. They find out that there's a rich girl in town, and the rich girl got a butler. The butler plans to slime out the rich girl in town for her bread. Her parents died. She got no protection for real. He's trying to eat good. Luffy finds out though and packs up the butler. We never see the butler again. Luffy gets his first ever official whip. Usopp joins the crew. They leave to go to the sea restaurant called the Baratier. Here they find find a dude named Sanji who's basically a violent Gordon Ramsay. Oh wait, he's already violent. A French 19-year-old Gordon Ramsay. A pirate named Don Krieg pulls up, wipe that mug off your face, nigga. He essentially tries to steal the shit, but to do that you kind of have to be like built different. Don Kriegis is not built different.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
Mid-arc, Nami takes Luffy's whip. Luffy recruits Sanji to his pirate crew, and they go to Arlong Park. At Arlong Park, there is Arlong. Arlong is a shark fishman who is 8 foot 8 inches tall. He should really be hooping by it, I guess. For the past like 10.
At that rate, hey, listen, hooping? It's not gonna even be much of a show for him being on the court. He's just as tall as where the rim is at. That's not gonna be a fair advantage. You know, he can't slam. I mean, he could. I mean, he could try to slam. No, actually, no, he wouldn't. He wouldn't be able to. You know what I mean? Unless if you like, you know what I mean, he would like slam down, I guess.
In years, Arlong has been making Nami's life bad. So Luffy body slams Arlong and takes his whip back. Nami officially joins the crew. Luffy and his crew go to Log Town. Guess who's there? Buggy. Buggy is a phenomenal hater I aspire to be like, bro. He almost kills Luffy. Luffy ends up getting saved. And the person who saves him is actually his dad. Luffy ain't even know he had a dad. You're telling me his dad can spawn out of thin air to save his son, but he can't be in his life? Yeah. He might be a twat. That's better than Jingo. Go would have died. A marine named Smoker was hawking down Luffy like he was trying to stop a TD. But Luffy's dad shows up again and saves him. Wow. Is Luffy's dad gonna finally be an active father in his life? Hell no. Luffy and his crew.
Luffy's dad is the epitome of what some people experience with not having a father, bro. I can't relate to those sentiments because, hey, I talked to my dad earlier today. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But what I wanted to say so badly, oh man, this is so fucked up. Like, Luffy's dad want to be black so bad. You want to be an absentee father, bro. Like, cut it out.
Crew leave Logtown and set sail for the Grand Line.
So what you trying to say about the fatherless?
Line is
that they need to be in the children's life, bro.
Basically is where all the thugs be at. Past the Grand Line is the new world, where all the bigger thugs be at. They meet some girl named Vivi. The first location they go to is a place called Whiskey Peak in the Grand Line. The people of Whiskey Peak got the Straw Hats drunk. Once they got drunk, everybody on Whiskey Peak tried to slime them out. The reason why they were doing this is because they are bounty hunters. It's an island full of bounty hunters. Luffy has a bounty of like 30 million. Zoro proceeded to solo every single bounty hunter on the island. This is also where the Zoro's racist allegations started. Vivi's from Alabasta and got beef with the dude in Alabasta named Crocodile. Essentially, Crocodile is trying to finesse and scam her whole island and take it over. Vivi asked Luffy for help. Luffy was like, y'all got food? Vivi was like, yeah, I bet, then I got you. Don't let Luffy's skinny body fool you. He is indeed one of the biggest of acts. He will put his life and his whole crew's life on the line for you for a Popeye's chicken sandwich. And that's
I'm saying this right now. If somebody would have to be like, who's the most big back between the two, Goku or Luffy? I'm putting Luffy up as number one, bro. I'm sorry. Hey, Luffy gotta be number one. I'm sorry. That gluttonous, greedy motherfucker, that child. Oh my god, bro. Like, with Goku, it makes sense because how much he trains, bro. It makes sense. He gotta go ahead and maintain the muscle mass that he got. Cool. You know what I mean? But Luffy? Nah, that's just being gluttony, bro. It's being gluttony. I don't care. I don't care. It's 1,100% Luffy. It is 100% him.
After that, you gang for real. After that, Luffy and them went to an island called Little Garden. They met some giants and dinosaurs, then dipped to Alabasta. Or they would have, but unfortunately, Nami caught COVID. Because she caught COVID, the Straw Hats pulled up to a country called Drum Kingdom. Upon arrival, the citizens of Drum Kingdom immediately ups pulled. They were not playing no games, but everything ended up being okay. To go find the doctor for Nami, Luffy climbed up a mountain with his bare hands mad bloody, fingers mad bloody. This is what my dad swears he had to do to get to school. Dog, he was not doing all this, bro. An old lady and a reindeer ended up treating Nami. The Straw Hats took the reindeer as their doctor. Drum Kingdom also had a king named Wapol, but like nobody really cares about Wapols.
Not you saying Goku was a terrible dad. I think that would be a really great video idea to react to of who, you know, like imagine this being on like Father's Day. The worst time. Be like, hey, listen, who's a character in an anime that was the worst dad? You know, I could think of quite a few. But damn, Jedi said Goku. I mean, Goku actually wasn't that bad. The dad from Full Metal Alchemist? Nah, facts.
So like, I ain't really mention him. He was a corrupt ruler. His jaw was mad fat. So, due to him being a troglodyte, Luffy sent him to the South Blue. They got their doctor and chopper. Now it's time to get to Alabasta. When Luffy got there, he saw Ace again. He saw Smoker too, because Smoker low-key followed Luffy into the Grand Line. That man Smoker's on meat, so crazy. Throughout the arc, Luffy ends up fighting Crocodile. The first time he gets packed up. The second time he gets drained. Pause. The third time Luffy straight fries Crocodile. Crocodile's second in command was a woman named Nico Robin. Nico Robin joins Luffy's crew. They leave Alabasta. Next up, they pull up to an island called Jaya. Within Jaya, there's a town called Mock Town. Here, Luffy was getting mocked. He was getting fried. It was abusing Luffy, but Luffy wasn't fighting back. Now, the reason he wasn't fighting back was because they were too sorry. Luffy's on GOAT timing. They're a bunch of frauds. So Luffy was like, I guess. But then Luffy met some dude named Cricket. The people that beat up Luffy robbed Cricket. Luffy was not going for that. He spun back on all of them, packed up their leader in one hit. Then he got Cricket's bread back. Now Luffy wanted to go to the sky. I don't mean in the air, I mean to a sky island. So they went to Sky Pia. Now Sky Pia got sky people. They probably got sky baddies too. Actually, ain't no probably, they do. In Sky Pia, they have a dude who has lightning power, so he proclaims that he's God. He is not God. Luffy finds the dude. His name is Eneru. Luffy gives him the rubbery hands of doom and despair. Eneru gets folded, then goes to the moon. Luffy and them leave Skypiea. They meet a dude named Foxy. Foxy's mad weird. His nose is also a completely different color from the rest of his face. That man Oda did not give the smallest of damns when he made this dude. Oda genuinely might hate Foxy. Luffy and the Straw Hats left and went to a city called Water 7. Now at Water 7, stuff got real. The Going Merry, Luffy's first ship, was washed. It wasn't putting up no more tough numbers. It went from averaging 30 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds to this. So they were gonna buy a new ship, but Usopp was not having that. Luffy was not having Usopp not having that. They argued. Usopp left the crew. Usopp tried to fight Luffy, but he got discombobulated. It was bad. Nico Robin got kidnapped by some CIA agents. Luffy found out and was like, what? Hell no. The CIA was taking Nico Robin to an island called Enies Lobby to be executed. Actually tortured, then executed. So Luffy and the whole crew pulled up to Enies Lobby, officially declared the entire world government their ops, threw hands with like everybody on the island. Luffy fought the best agent named Rob Lucci. No glaze, but his name Loki sounds designer. Rob Lucci. He gets packed up by Luffy. Then he gets spit on too. Sad tales. His designer brand probably would have sucked. Luffy saves Nico Robin. He blackmails a dude named Frankie to join his crew by taking his underwear. And then Luffy and them leaves while Usopp simultaneously joins back. Shortly after, Luffy beats a talking skeleton named Brook. Now Brook can make really good music, so Luffy recruits him to his crew. They go to a place called Thriller Bark where the main villain is this dude. Why is bro's neck so long? Oh my gosh. It's crazy because like there's absolutely nothing good about this dude. No type of good fortune, goodwill deserves to come to this dude. He takes people's shadows. He laughs like this. If I was in the One Piece world, I would want to become his friend just so I can slap him out. I want to do him the worst way possible. Gecko Moria finesses Luffy's shadow and puts it inside of a monster, a dead zombie giant monster. He has said monster throw hands for him because he can't throw hands himself. The Straw Hats still have prime Golden State Warriors chemistry, so they beat the monster. Then Luffy fools Moria. Moria is so big. Luffy gets his shadow back. They throw a feast, then they leave. They leave onto the Sabaody archipelago. Now the Sabaody archipelago looks all nice and friendly. Archipelago got bubbles, you know what I'm saying? They got bubbles. It looks like a nice and jolly place. Let me tell you something, ain't nothing jolly about this place. They got slaves on this island, human auctions. A slave escaped from their master, so his head exploded. This arc is not no soft art. This is not a fire drill, nigga. This the real thing. Luffy learns about all this and he doesn't like it at all. In this arc, they have what's called celestial dragons and they're the world nobles. If you touch one, a Navy Admiral gets called in like a score streak. Navy Admirals are the strongest fighters in the Marines. You do not want to fight a Navy Admiral. That being said, guess who goes and punches a celestial dragon anyway? Luffy punched the celestial dragon so hard he got sent to the manga. His friend Hachi did get shot by him like 5 minutes earlier, so I get it though, but like dang. Now right, this place right here is a human auction. Yeah, they're here because Luffy got a mermaid friend and she got killed.
Chad, y'all better not say nothing. I forgot about this. Y'all better not say nothing. Okay? I don't want to hear a peep. out of the chat. Okay.
Kidnapped because she was gonna get sold in the auction. However, Kami's
Mikey
friends is Luffy
crazy.
and the Straw Hats. If you touch one of Luffy's friends, you will be seeing Luffy very shortly. There's absolutely no way out of this one. I hope you know Kung Fu.
You don't have blue hair, so you're safer now.
Straw Hats were frying all the guards in the auction. He tried saving Kami, but they didn't have the key to her collar. A celestial dragon was about to shoot Kami, but she got hit with mad hockey. You're probably wondering, where did hockey come from? It came from a geriatric old man named Rayleigh. Now Rayleigh is cold. He walked up, looked in the crowd, assessed the situation, knocked out damn near everybody with Conqueror's hockey. Rayleigh and Hachi are cool, they go way back. Apparently though, Rayleigh has been wanting to meet Luffy. Hey man, he is the GOAT. If I was in One Piece, I want to meet him too. The Marines are outside though because Luffy did punch a celestial dragon. So now they're waiting for bro. And Captain Kidd and Trafalgar Law too. They're two other rookie pirates just like Luffy. Them three are the big three of the worst generation. The three of them go outside and start smacking around all the Marines. Law steals a dude's head off his body mid-fight. Imagine getting your head stolen off your body mid-fight and then he's tossing it up in the air like a basketball. If I was that Marine, I'd have to spit on his shoes. If I was that Marine, I couldn't fold Law, so that's the only way I could get some type of get back. A little after the three of them separate, Luffy and his crew along with Rayleigh go to Shaki's bar. They start yapping it up. They leave because Rayleigh's gonna code their ship so they can go underwater to Fishman Island. But a world government pacifista pulls up and they are strong. The Straw Hats start boxing with it and they barely beat it. But then another one pulls up, and some axe dude too. Now they are just straight frying the Straw Hats. Then the Admiral pulls up, so they start getting fried even more. Zoro actually almost dies, but Rayleigh pulls up and saves Zoro. He's so old, but moving so tough. LeBron. Here, Rayleigh's holding off Admiral Kizaru, but the Straw Hats are still pretty weak, so they're still getting cooked. Then the Warlord, aka Marine Assistant Bartholomew Kuma pulls up. Yo, the Straw Hats are in hell right now, bro. This is bad. One by one, Bartholomew Kuma makes every single Straw Hat disappear until it gets to Luffy, and Luffy disappears too. The good news is he didn't actually disappear. He got sent somewhere. But don't worry about Luffy. Luffy is about to go to a place that a lot of y'all will call heaven on earth. That heaven on earth is an island full of women, only women. Now you might be thinking, why did Kuma send Luffy there? And to answer your question, I don't even know. Kuma might be freaked out. They start playing with his dingling. I know Sanji's tight. At first the woman...
This is so freaking wild, bro. It's like, what? And why is it was like the big shorty was the main one that was really just like going through like finding for gold type of shit? Like, ma'am, I'm sure it is that you know what a dingling is, and why do you keep trying to grab it so hard? Like, come on, bro. You do know that's a child, right? You do know that's a kid, right? Like, assault, you know? Yep. Officer, that one right there. Arrest her.
And kind of likes Luffy, and they hate Luffy and try to kill him. They actually send him to be killed in front of like mad people, but they realize unfortunately for them, they cannot kill Luffy. Then you will never believe this. Luffy proceeds to pull the entire island full of women. All the women there love that monkey.
There are a lot of people here who want to touch you just once. Look, taking forever. I want to touch him now. I want to touch him now.
Yeah, lock her up.
I want to touch him now.
I want to touch him now. It's so crazy. Now, right now, you can't wait. I don't think you understand how crazy now is. She wants that nigga immediately, right now. Yep, she refuses to wait any longer. Oh my gosh. Even the queen loves Luffy. Mind you, this island.
Speaking of harassment. This woman, man, Boa, listen, I'm sorry, but you was wholeheartedly in love with a kid, bro. Crazy. Right, I thought she was in her late 20s, bro, but that still don't matter regardless. She still was a whole adult. Like, she was envisioning getting married to Luffy. Like, that 17 here is still a child, bro.
Even the queen loves Luffy. Mind you, this island is an island full of warrior women who hate men. They hate men. But Luffy pulled everybody on the island, even the queen. Do you fully comprehend how much sauce you have to pull that off? Dead dog, there is nobody in anime who could have done that besides bro. That's not even glaze either. Luffy glazed himself by doing that. Now, right, for Luffy, everything was going good until he found out something. Some old lady was reading the newspaper, you know what I'm saying, staying informed. Then, you know, she casually told Luffy that Porcus the Ace is gonna be executed by the Marines. Luffy was like, what?
Not for real, don't play like that.
Are you serious? Put that on everything. Damn. So then, you already know Luffy. He takes Boa Hancock and sails to the prison they're gonna hold Ace. That prison is the most heavily guarded prison in the entire show, Impel Down. That's where they send, you know what I'm saying, your EDPs, your Dr. Disrespects, your Ted Bundys, your Solomon Hills. Just all the worst guys in the world. I probably like Splash, worst guys in the world. How come you ain't mentioned Diddy? Diddy. Do you know what I know about Diddy? His lawyer, you know, the person who's supposed to defend you no matter how severe your crimes are, quit on him. He quit. He said, nah, I'm done. He saw what he did, he learned about his crimes, and said, hell no. He looked Diddy dead in the face and said, oh nah, you bugging, and left. Impel Down is not enough for Diddy. They gotta ship that man to Jupiter or something. He don't belong here. So yeah, that's why. Moving on. Due to Boa Hancock's help, Luffy actually sneaks into Impel Down. Ace is on the very bottom floor. He gotta find a way to get there. He meets up with Buggy, his old op, and Bon Clay, and Mr. 3. They were all just roaming around in them Impel Down trenches. However, unfortunately, the Impel Down warden is named Magellan, and Magellan is strong, and his power is Venom. So he tracks down Luffy, hits Luffy with his Venom. Luffy's on the brink of death now, Bon Clay saves Luffy though by bringing Luffy to a guy with a big head. This dude right here is named Ivankov. He revives Luffy, but it took like mad years off of Luffy's life, but hey, he's still alive. Ivankov, Bon Clay, and some dude with scissors join Luffy in trying to find Ace. And guess what? After a lot of crackhead energy from Luffy, they actually find Ace. Or they would've. They found his cell, but like Ace is already gone, being taken to Marineford. They picked up Jinbei, who was in the cell with Ace. They picked up Crocodile, picked up mad prisoners, broke out of Impel Down. They were going to Marineford. Now when Luffy pulled up, first of all, he fell from the sky. Whee! Second off, Ace is a member of the Whitebeard Pirates. In fact, he is the 2nd Division commander of the Whitebeard Pirates. When Whitebeard heard that Ace was getting executed, he was like, oh nah. So he and his crew pulled up and like, now there's a war. They took one of ours, we just trying to get reimbursed. As you know, a war is a war. There is fighting. Luffy is in the war. Luffy's also fighting, naturally. He actually ends up fighting so much that first of all, he unleashes his Conqueror's Haki and knocks out mad Marines, tough, my goat! Bro, how was that glaze? He literally used Conqueror's Haki and knocked out damn near everybody on the map without even knowing. He was 17 doing this. Most people at 17 not doing this. He's him. Bro, what? Am I wrong?
Blazing.
What? Alright, bro.
Blazing.
After he uses Conqueror's Haki, he keeps throwing hands. He actually throws so much hands that he ends up punching his grandpa out. And he saves Ace. They start trying to escape, but unfortunately, Ace is a bastard. Akainu starts talking mad trash about Whitebeard because he died in the war. Ace was not happy about that. Akainu was not happy about Ace not being happy about that. So he killed Ace. Luffy watched this happen in front of him and he was in shock. Luffy will not be moving for a long time. Now remember that dude earlier, Trafalgar Law? Well, he came and got Luffy up out of there. He and his crew are doctors, so they were patching him up. They took bro all the way back to Amazon Lily, the island full of women. There he started crashing out, like literally genuinely crashing out. I don't blame bro. Jinbei was like, hey Luffy, relax. All this getting tight not gonna bring your brother back. Not gonna bring my brother back. What's up then?
Wrong thing to say to that.
You're not about to be brought back. Luffy gets slammed to the ground. Then Jinbei was like, you may have lost Ace, but you still have your crew. Luffy was like, you're right. I still have my crew. Then he was good. Rayleigh pulled up to the island. Then Jinbei, Rayleigh, and Luffy went back to Marineford to send a message to the crew. Now, before the Straw Hats got packed up, they were supposed to meet back up at the Sabaody in 3 days. But instead it's gonna be 2 years. So Luffy gave himself a temporary tattoo saying 3D to Y. And so then for the next 2 years on some random island, Rayleigh teaches Luffy Haki, how to actually use Haki on purpose. Now there's 3 types of Hakis, remember this. The first one, observation Haki. Basically this is a Sharingan but better. No Genjutsus though. If you want Genjutsus, you're in the wrong verse. We don't do that over here. One Piece characters don't need illusions, all they need is hands. The second one is armament Haki. With this one, you turn black. With this one, you can harden your skin. It can be used for defense, or it could be used for offense, or it could be used for both at the same time. Now Conqueror's Haki, only real deal Homo sapiens get Conqueror's Haki. Conqueror's Haki allows you to knock people out with just your will. All you gotta do is look very intently and they're gonna like fall. So yeah, and during that time skip, Luffy learns all 3.
2 years later.
Luffy's back. He don't know how to button his shirt no more, but it's okay. He got much stronger, so did his crew too. It's time for post-time skip One Piece. Luffy goes back to the Sabaody archipelago in a disguise. A fake Luffy, because Luffy's clouded, tries to run Luffy down. Luffy uses his purposeful, controlled Conqueror's Haki on him and the other fake straw hats around him. He don't got no time for those frauds. Next up, the same passive pieces from last time try to run up on Luffy. Luffy dodged the light beams, one tap the passive piece that he moving different right now. He meets up with Zoro and Sanji, then the rest of his crew, they're about to go down to Fishman Island. Fishman Island, aka Nigeria.
What?
They start making their way to Fishman Island, but they encountered the Kraken. Luffy folds the Kraken. Now, they always ask me, why do I glaze Luffy? But it's strange, because I should be asking the question, why don't you glaze Luffy? The Straw Hats go further down, they get pressed by some Fishman thugs. They speed past them in a boat, drown, and end up in Fishman Island A-OK. Now, within Fishman Island, there's a hood called the Fishman District. They grew up together and formed a pirate crew called the New Fishman Pirates. This is their logo. Just look at it. Take a moment to look at it.
Looking.
They're not okay in the head. Their leader, Hody Jones, pops perks for strength. There ain't none good about the New Fishman Pirates. They're also racist to humans, so they naturally hate the Straw Hat Pirates. But they kind of suck though, so it doesn't really matter. At first, Zoro folds their leader underwater. You a fish, how you lose underwater? Then Luffy uses Conqueror's Haki and knocks out 50,000 Fishman Pirates. They all drop. His Haki's too strong, his aura's too strong. Amazing display of goatness-ticity-ism. Hody's just sitting there watching, but he can't do nothing about it. His fish growth hormone perks didn't work on Zoro. It's definitely not gonna work on Luffy. He tries it anyway though, and then gets folded by Luffy too. Honestly, Hody Jones, the leader of the New Fishman Pirates, just sucks. He has him, his officers, and like 100,000 Fishman Pirates under his belt. Some outsiders who are not even from the sea really pull up to his crib, pack his mans up, pack his closer mans up. Every single one of his top officers gone. Mind you, they all pop strength perks too. It's not just Hody. They all got beat off the strength by the Straw Hats. Then their leader got beat underwater twice. Fake demons. They would never survive in Atlanta, Georgia. Luffy was about to die though. He needed some blood. Guess who gave him some blood when no fishman wanted to? Jinbei did. This blood transplant was very important because the main theme of this arc was that you shouldn't be racist. Fishmen, human, long arm person, they're all people. Just like in real life, no matter the race, we're all people. That's the message. So, you know what I'm saying? Surely after watching this arc, there would be no racist One Piece fans, right? Right? Luffy recruits Jinbei to the crew, but Jinbei's like, hey, I'm gonna join, but like, give me a couple arcs. Luffy's like, I bet. Then the Straw Hats leave. They leave to an island called Punk Hazard on accident, but they go there. Now, do you remember Trafalgar Law again? Well, he's on Punk Hazard too. This is very important. He's working with the main villain of the arc named Caesar Clown. Caesar Clown kidnaps kids. After he does that, he drugs them by giving them candy. The candy slowly turns them into giants, decreases their lifespan. It's all for an experiment to try to make giants. So basically what I'm trying to say is that Caesar Clown needs to be eliminated. He needs to be gone for good. What do you mean you experiment on kids? After the crew meets some dude named Kinemon, he's very important for later. And Luffy meets up with Trafalgar Law. Law's like, hey Luffy, let's take down one of the 4 emperors. The 4 emperors, huh? Which one? Kaido. Kaido? I bet, say less. Like on dogs, I would have had to straight force you if you said Shanks. But you said Kaido, so say less. If you couldn't already tell, Luffy does not play about that man Shanks. Now the plan for Punk Hazard is to basically take down Caesar Clown and his SAD factory. They're doing this because his SAD factory creates smile fruits, and the smile fruits are fake devil fruits that actually work. Caesar Clown gives these devil fruits to Doflamingo to sell to Kaido. If they destroy the factory, then there is no devil fruits. If there is no fake devil fruits, Doflamingo can't sell to Kaido. If Doflamingo can't do that, Kaido's gonna get tight. If Kaido Kaido gets tight, he's gonna boom Doflamingo. How does that correlate to actually taking down Kaido? I don't even know. But yeah, that's the plan. Right now though, they low-key want to take down Caesar Clown and kidnap him. So Luffy takes down Caesar Clown and kidnaps him. In arc, Luffy meets a kid named Momonosuke too, but he's a dragon because he ate a failed devil fruit. That kid is friends with Kinemon and Kanjuro, and they're all three from Wano. With Caesar Clown getting fried, Chopper finding a cure for the kids, it is now time for Dressrosa. Now they pull up and everything looks mad jolly. They got people and toys coexisting. All my life ass arc. At least that's what it looks like at first. But then you find out the toys are actually humans forced to do labor against their will. They're humans turned into toys, and once they get turned into toys, they get forgotten about.
This is Poppy playtime all over again.
Then it gets dark. Then you find out the main villain is a great. Then it gets really dark. Then you see all these other crimes that bro did. So then you find out that bro's actually a demon. Then you find out he killed his dad and killed his brother. So he's actually one of the worst anime characters of all time. So yeah.
To be fair, like I said, I still blame his dad. I still blame his dad for this, bro. I'm gonna stand on that hill. Yeah. Deserved. I'm a die on a hill. Deserved. The brother, nah, not so much the brother, but the dad, yes.
Damn. Back to Luffy though, he enters a tournament and the prize is his brother Ace's devil fruit. So he enters it and starts folding everybody. He wins his block and gets moved on to the final round. Before that final round though, guess who bro meets? He meets Sabo. You thought Sabo died, didn't you? Yeah. You were wrong. You know who saved him? Monkey D. Dragon, Luffy's dad. That's crazy. That man really be everywhere but his kid's life. They met up, chatted a little bit. Sabo actually took Luffy's place so Luffy could go fight Don Quixote do Flamingo. And guess what? That's exactly what Luffy goes to do. I'm gonna keep it a buck though before I continue. This fit right here is not tough. The pink flamingo.
Not too much. Not too much. If you cannot whoop that nigga's ass, you can't talk about his fit. To be quite fair, I feel like it is that's like a thumb rule. Cause if you can't squabble with this man, if he can beat your ass, he can wear whatever it is that he wants. Truth really be told. It's like, hey, listen, what you gonna do? Whoop my ass? Nigga, get up out of here.
Buck though, before I continue, this fit right here is not tough. The pink flamingo stuff is hard, but that's it. The white unbuttoned shirt is not tough. What abomination of a place did he get this from? His pants go to his shin. He got no socks. No socks and shoes is actually like mentally insane.
Not too much, because that is a lot of West Indian people, okay? You just sat there and just made fun of a whole bunch of Caribbean fathers, bro. Not too much. Relax. Relax. There's a Caribbean father right now with a floral shirt, a floral button up, some khaki shorts. The floral shirt is tucked in to the shorts with the belt, a pager on the side, some sandals with no socks, and a little bit of ash on the ankles. And of course he has the Bluetooth device. But he's really good on the grill. Not too much, bro.
Only dudes who don't give a singular damn about life wear shoes with no socks. Like Luffy, he wears no socks, but he at least wears sandals. He's wearing church shoes with no socks. When I was younger, I thought this fit was tough. This fit is not tough. Forget about his crimes for a minute. This fit alone should get him sent to the gallows, lynched and stoned at the exact same time. And it's dark outside. And it's also cold. 30 degrees Fahrenheit, in fact. And also what should happen on December 31st at 11:50 p.m. This way, as he's being executed, he'll experience the mental anguish of not being able to make it to the next year. All that simply because of his fit.
Crazy.
Alright, that's kind of crazy. He still deserves that though, but like not because of his fit, but because of like, you know, all this. Luffy and Law start throwing hands with Treble and Doflamingo. Law Loki fries Treble, and Doflamingo Loki fries Law. Luffy was busy with Bellamy. Bellamy got fried back in Jaya, and he got fried the exact same way this arc. That's crazy. Does he have a humiliation kink? Maybe. But after that though, it's a 1v1 between Luffy and Doflamingo. Before the fight starts, Luffy whips out something quite ridiculous. He whips out his...
Is this supposed to be a joke?
That man Doflamingo was out there getting fried. Then Luffy lost Gear 4 for a little and was getting hunted down by Doflamingo. The country was trying to hide Luffy for 10 minutes until he could get his Gear 4 back, and once he did, he folded Doflamingo. He was gone in the ground. Doflamingo was defeated. He got locked up, and the next arc is Zoe. At this island, Luffy and the Straw Hats find their first road poneglyph. Now, what are road poneglyphs? First of all, they're red poneglyphs. Second of all, they give you the directions to find the One Piece. There are 4 road poneglyphs in total. Right now, they have 1. 3 more, and Luffy becomes the king of the pirates. You'll have all the motion, all the clout, all the bread, and most importantly, all the freedom. Before they leave, they also pick up some fat head dude named Raizo. His head is ginormous. God damn, it's crazy because like he's supposed to be a ninja, but his head is ginormous. He got wigs. He ain't no damn ninja. Who is he sneaking up on? Everybody's gonna see him coming. Sanji has to go to Toto Land because Big Mom, one of the 4 emperors, wants him to marry her daughter. And now she wants this to happen because Sanji is actually Vinsmoke Sanji. And because he's Vinsmoke Sanji, he's actually a prince. If Sanji marries her daughter, then Big Mom can have access to like their artillery because the Vinsmoke family is actually a family full of like assassins. Essentially, they're the Zoldyck family, but significantly less aura. If Sanji doesn't go, Big Mom's gonna like cruise the whole Straw Hat crew, so Sanji goes. Luffy finds out and is like, what? Hell no. So he goes to rescue Sanji. He goes to Toto Land, specifically in Toto Land, Whole Cake Island, and finds Sanji. He gets folded by Sanji. Sanji tells Luffy to leave. Luffy's like, what? Hell no. You are my cook and you are my friend. I'm gonna wait right here for your food. If you don't give me no food, I guess I'm dying. Sanji starts crying. He makes Luffy some food. Luffy did not die. Then Luffy fought Big Mom's second son named Katakuri. And basically, bro fights just like Luffy, but better. When I tell you my favorite character of all time, Monkey D. Luffy, was getting straight fried, I mean he was getting straight fried. All his moves were getting stolen and reused better than him in real time. That had to be like traumatizing. Most of the fight was literally just this.
Better than you, my shape up better, my car faster, my drip better, my clothes fit better.
But Luffy is low-key a prodigy, so he kept getting better mid-fight, and then he got better than Katakuri, and then he beat Katakuri. After that, Sanji officially returns to the crew. Jinbei officially joins the crew, but he has to finish some things first, so Luffy tells him to meet him in Wano when he's done. And with that, Luffy and them leaves Toto Land and goes all the way to Wano. When Luffy gets to Wano, he meets some girl named Otama. Luffy was trying to track down Kaido to fight him, but then guess what? His crew got blasted by Kaido. Luffy seen that and was like, what? Hell no, and got beef with Kaido even more. He ran up on Kaido and started playing volleyball with Kaido's body in the sky. Luffy was low-key looking like 2013 Braun in the sky, but then he got one tapped. Damn! Luffy was unconscious. Next thing you know, when he woke up, he was in prison. They had to work in the oil rig. No! Free Luffy out the box, man. Gazer. Kaido thought that putting Luffy in prison was gonna break him, but it actually made him stronger, like physically stronger. He learned some new haki, he swolled up, he was looking like Broly. After a little bit of training, aura farming a little bit too, Luffy breaks out of prison and meets up with his crew. Luffy's crew, Law's crew, Kid's crew, the 9 Scabbers, the Mink tribe, Marco from the Whitebeard Pirates are all about to invade Kaido's crib, only Gashima. After a little sea venture, they arrive at his crib and start smacking everyone. Kaido and Big Mom are on the roof. So Luffy, Law, Kid, Zoro, and Killer all get on the roof too. This right here, greatness, although it wasn't too great for Luffy though. Why? Cause Kaido folded Luffy, then folded Luffy again. That man Luffy was getting pounded, thrusted against his will. Luffy and Kaido were about to clash again. And this time it was looking pretty hopeful for Luffy, but a random CP0 agent came out of nowhere and grabbed the Luffy like he was Braun. He messed Luffy up, Luffy got hit bad and died.
Joy Boy has returned!
Luffy came back to life and got dreads. Oh my gosh, that's my goat! My goat!
Look at the glaze.
He got up, turned gear 5, started attacking Kaido up. He hit the monkey. He combo Kaido, hit him with the Looney Tunes punch. Nice! Did Luffy have already died low-key? Yes. Do I care though? No! Luffy was out there grabbing lightning out the sky. Bro, what? He was chucking lightning at Kaido like
was a good arc.
He punched Kaido literally through his head. I didn't even know that was like possible. damn, bro. I was gonna say that at that point, Kaido just gotta up pull, but like as Luffy, upping pull ain't gonna do nothing. It's unfortunate, bro. Kaido just gotta sit there and take straight hands, take straight fists, take straight calls. That's all bro can really do, and that's all what happens for real. Luffy gets into the sky, charges up an island-sized punch. He hits the daybreaks out of Kaido. Kaido falls into some lava, then we never see Kaido again. Luffy, the Straw Hats, and everyone else successfully liberated Wano because they were like under a tyrannical rule for real. It was experiencing no happiness for real, but now they good. Luffy and the other Straw Hats leave Wano and start going to Egghead. The Egghead arc in the anime ain't done though, so this is where the video ends. No cap, One Piece not ending until like 2035, so I'm gonna make a part 2 in the future.
Of course, you
one
always
day.
gonna have
Yeah, that's
content.
the video. Follow my Twitter, follow my Instagram, join my Discord, Eliminate, and subscribe. And that be on the TikTok. I was not winning. I was missing like my name was Ben Simmons. All them TikToks just were not hitting, so I lane.
Where? Hold on, let me turn this off. What happened to the glaze counter that was supposed to be at the video? Because I feel like it's going to be way more than what was descripted, sir. You know? Oh man, you know, W Luffy for real. But Buckethead Splash, shout outs to you. Thank you so much for the video. Yeah, right, he clearly skipped a few. Clearly. Shout outs to y'all in the chat. Shout outs to you at home. And I'll catch y'all in the next video.